Alrighty there, YouTube. This is Rocco the Retro Repairman coming at you with another video. In the previous Game Boy video for model DMG-01, we went and restored the lost resolution lines that are very common on these old LCDs. Now, here in part 2, I already previously, this is from another Game Boy, not the one that I just completely took these conductive pads. As you can see, they're filled with just dust and dirt and grime over the years, as well as the buttons get skin buildup and stuff of that nature as well in there, which is kind of gross, which will affect the conductivity of and how your Game Boy plays. So after we washed and dried thoroughly with a hair dryer all the buttons and conductive pads and made sure every bit of water was not present, we're going to replace all 10 Phillips or cross type screws back onto the DMG at this time. Now, if you take notice what I'm doing, I have a specific pattern, kind of like when you change a tire, you want to do a crisscross pattern so it provides even tension. Well, we don't want the wheel falling off our tire or off our vehicle, just as we don't want our too much stress on one side of the board to cause a crack or some sort of deficiency. You know, that's a no-go. And these things are usually pretty tight, so there's not much play if you don't put them back together properly. Now take note here where there has a picture of a screw. I'll bring this closer without disturbing the ribbon cable, but here it says specifically not to put a screw, so do not put a screw there, and take note where you remove them from. And do remember there are 10 of them, so if you don't have 10, you lost one. Alright, so we're going to finish buttoning this guy up, so I'd like to get into bed and then tell my wife I was up for 45 minutes making a YouTube video in the morning rather than when I sneak into bed. Anyways, we're almost done here. Love magnetized tools. Not really. Be sure to subscribe and feel free to leave comments. Big into the feedback. This one over here. Alright. Now, one thing I did fail to mention, when you're putting this board back in, this speaker here, a lot of times the solder goes bad, so if the solder does go bad, remember which one's positive and which one's negative. In addition, there's a notch cut out on the case so that the speaker actually fits specifically in there in that fashion. So now we're going to carefully put this back together. Now remember our previous video, we went ahead and we took care of that. Now I popped the old screen off, which is right here. It was didn't look too bad, but I mean, I'm doing a trade with this fellow, so I wanted to give him something nice. Now, if you see anything below the screen, that's clearly just the cause of the plastic coating that is still intact here. I can start it. I gotta grab it from the other side, but yeah, I just pull a little bit up because I don't want to take the joy of that. But I put a brand new screen lens protector on for this guy because they're only like $2, you know, and I want the guy to be happy, which is important. So here's our burger time, buddy. Yeah, it's looking good. Darken and lighten that, you know. So to me, mission success. I'm gonna finish tightening this down and call it a night. Remember, you gotta finish putting your 6 cross type, or they're not cross, they're Y type specific Game Boy bit screws back, and that's all, folks, as they say. Find my rubber screwdriver here. Button her up. Once again, I thank you for all tuning in. Be sure to subscribe. If you want to see any specific repairs, drop a line in the comments or send me a message here up on the YouTube on the channel, Rocco the Retro Repairman, and I will gladly do my best. I will have a Sega Nomad LCD replacement mod coming up very shortly. That's going to be very exciting for you guys. So stay tuned, subscribe. Hope to see you guys next time. And you guys have a wonderful day. Or good night.